It's up there now. All right, our apologies. Coming on a little bit late here. We're in a scoreless tie, and West Valley really moving the ball well here. They pick up their second first down of the opening drive. 7 minutes and 5 seconds left to play here in the first period. Okay, so I think we're set to go here, and they gave us absolutely no time between games to even get things set up, so our apologies. We can always repost it on the playlist that's at APN Video Playlist. And another carry up the middle. I'll tell you, this has been a nice sustained drive that's going to at least eat up 4 minutes of clock, as we're at 6:30 right now. And it's been all running plays here for West Valley, playing good old smash mouth football. First quarter action. Second down and about 5. So the quarterback is Elijah Baldwin. And we're going to get a stop here, a whistle, officials timeout. Let's reset the defense. Petrucci, Jones, Duncan, Lopez on the defensive front wall. Parisi, Siegert, Stiles, and Battaglia are the 4 linebackers. Gary Bell and Corbin Brown are the 2 corners. Colt Lopez at safety. Second down, it's a short 5. 6 minutes left to go, opening quarter. And you're watching the Arizona Youth Football League state semifinals. It's Liberty against West Valley, the Cardinals. Baldwin, hands off. Dillon. And he is going to be gang tackled right around the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Duncan at the bottom of the heap. Looked like Brendan Lopez may have been in on the tackle too. A gain of about 3 on the play, and now it's a 3rd and 2. Inside Liberty Lion territory. And the quarterback takes it himself, Sevilla, and he's got the first down. He picks up a good 4 yards on the play. Ran it right down into the teeth of that Liberty defense, and what a drive this has been. It started back at the 48-yard line. And even though they've only went 32 yards, they have eaten up half the clock here in the first quarter. But still no score, and let's see if Liberty turns on that bend but don't break defense here on first down and 10. Dillon goes in motion. He gets the call, bounces to the outside. He's got some positive yards. He's going to be a little kind of close to that first down marker. So Mason Stiles was in on the tackle. He had help, couldn't quite pick up the number. We're not high enough here as we're shooting out of the press box. He gains about 6 on the play. Second down and 4. It's like about the 10th play of the drive with 4 minutes to go, and Liberty jumps off sides. That's going against the defense, and that's a first down. 4th first down of this opening drive of the game, and the West Valley Cardinals, who lost to Liberty in Week 7 in a tight game, actually led in the third quarter of that game back in Week 7, but ended up losing it. They run it to the left side. Duncan comes up with the tackle that time.
Number 9 carry.
And on the carry was Thomas Sevilla. They'll bring up second down and goal. That was on first down. 3.5 minutes left to go here, opening quarter. Temperatures at 101 degrees on the opening kickoff. They do not show blitz, and they go with an inside handoff. They go back to Dillon. All right, 3rd and goal. Quarterback calls his own number, and he goes right into the teeth of that defense. Called his own number. Well, probably, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, you got Duncan and Jones and in there on the tackle and a couple of others. So now it all comes down to this drive, which has eaten up 7.5 minutes of clock. No score. The quarterback dives ahead, and I don't think he made it, but there is a flag on the play. And this will probably be nullified by the near side team, the defensive team, Liberty. So a false start. So the drive is not over. So a false start is going to move them back to about the 6-yard line. It is 4th down and goal. This drive has encompassed nearly 15 plays and about 8 minutes of clock and 50 yards. Boy, wouldn't that be something if they throw their first pass here? And here it is, play action. Throw it to the end zone. That's a touchdown. Cardinals score first as David Tupou hauls it in from 6 yards out, and the Cardinals lead it 6-0 with 1:54 left to go here in the first. So a 6-yard pass from his quarterback, Elijah Baldwin. They will go for, well, let's see, are they going to kick? Nope, they're going to go for the 1-point conversion. You're watching the 11U state semifinals here on APN Sports. And now broken play here. Good job by the Liberty Lions. Look like 82 in there, Brendan Lopez. So that will keep the score at 6-0. 1:54 left to go here in the first quarter. It's like a 14-15 play drive. 52 yards. And 8 minutes and 6 seconds of clock. That is impressive. And the only passing play was the touchdown pass. All right, we're ready for the kickoff. Let's go a little wider. This one is going to be fielded back inside the 35-yard line, and what a job that time, as Gary Bell, the return man, was taken down immediately by Juan Ramos. So our first look at the Liberty Lions on offense. They're led up front by big 55, Brody Osborne. Biggest player, I think, in all of 11U. And next to him, number 29, Caden Lesser. These are two of the biggest offensive linemen you will see. Here's the quarterback, Yonan. And this is a broken play, and getting in there first was Stallworth. Carry belonged to Ryan Wickel, and he actually lost a yard. Now you're looking at a 2nd down and 11. Here's the quarterback to throw to the near side, and he had a wide open receiver, Corbin Brown. He dropped the ball, and it's incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down and 11. 1:04 left to go here in the first. Theo Yonan is the quarterback wearing number 13. Wickel, the running back. You got Gary Bell and Stiles at receiver and tight end. Up front, Osborne and Lesser on the left side. The right side, Morehouse, Hassey. Guerrero is your center. So you have your offensive starting lineup here for the Liberty Lions, trying to continue a perfect season at 10-0. Brown goes in motion, and they'll rifle it over to him. He makes the catch well behind the line of scrimmage and gets about 3. Good coverage over there, led by James Harris. And this may be a punting situation here for the U11 Liberty Lions. The winner of this game will be taking on the winner of the Eastside Canes versus Santan. So Liberty looks like they're going to drop number 18. Well, we didn't have an 18 on the roster. We'll try to get our punter's name, number 18. It's a pretty good kick, a wobbly kick. It comes loose, and that ball's going to be recovered by the Lions. Gavin Petrucci. So the Lions will get it back. Almost wanted to run that one again. So Gavin Petrucci. And I know we came on the air a little bit late. We'll give you the coaches here in a minute. Here's a handoff. Left side, Wickel going to work, and he's got 12 and a 1st down. Darian Dillon in on the play. That brings up a 1st down and 10. So that looks good. Hey, that's the end of quarter number 1. With the score, you got the West Valley Cardinals leading it 6-0. So a nice run there by Mason Stiles. This has been a nice drive. The pass play, you saw that 21-yard pass play to Mason Stiles. And that catch over the middle. And right now, Liberty looking very confident on offense. This is starting to feel like the same drive that we saw out of West Valley to start the game. That 8-minute drive. 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Our game today brought to you by Shields Sporting Goods at the Chandler Mall. If you haven't had a chance to get down there, that is a very impressive place. If you like the other guy's place, you're going to really love Shields. It's something else. Here's a pass play on first down and goal to go. He slips a tackle. So that was Lopez. Didn't get much on that play, but they do mark the ball, looks like right around the 3-yard line, so it's second and goal from the 3. Clock continues to wind down. 7.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Backs are in the I formation. Yonan gives. Wickel going right over that A or B gap on the right side, and he handed it off to his teammate, and Joshua has found the promised land, and we're tied at 6. How sneaky was that? Pabustan with the score. We'll give him a 1-yard touchdown and give Wickel an assist. I don't think we have assist in football, but if we did, you'd have to give him one. So we're tied at 6 apiece with 7:18 left to go here, quarter number 2. That was an impressive drive. And now in on the kick is Hudson Center, spelled with an S. Trying to unbreak this 6-6 tie, but he may be kicking from closer to the 13-yard line. So a false start on the offense. That'll move them back 5. Tilt down. And that kick is blocked by the guy who scored the touchdown, David Tupu.
That's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this. But they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
All right, we're back here from Maryvale High School. We're getting set to go here after the Lions tie things up at 6 apiece. And now West Valley will have their second possession of the game with 7:13 left to go here in the first half. So both teams have had very impressive opening drives. And the last drive by Liberty ate up 7 minutes of clock. And remember, West Valley had a drive that ate up over 8 minutes. Handoff. It goes to Darion Dillon. He is battling. He's still battling. Corbin Brown amongst a couple of others in there. I'll tell you what, a good sign of a very good defensive team in this wonderful game of football. Jeremiah Duncan was in on the tackle. When a majority of the time, your defense, you've got 2, 3, 4 guys around the ball carrier. And when you see that consistently, I would say 99 out of 100 times, that defense is getting the job done. 6:20 on the clock here. It'll bring up second down. Back at quarterback is Baldwin. Hands off Dillon. Over to the far side of the field. He's around the edge. He's off to the races. He's got 2 men to beat, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds. That was a very impressive run by Mr. Dillon, Darion Dillon, and they mark him out of bounds around the 14-yard line, so got a timeout here, and this might actually be a water timeout. So we got a break in the action. So they marked the ball. They've moved it up close to the 15. We'll call it at the 14-yard line. That was a 40-plus yard carry for Darion Dillon. And we have 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the first half. It's Liberty undefeated at 10-0. They beat this West Valley Cardinals team earlier this year. It was a close game. They were down 18-0 in the third period and still came back and won. The West Valley Cardinals are 6-2, 1-0 in the playoffs. They beat Anthem Jags last Saturday in the quarterfinals 29-24. Coach Josh is assisted by Tony Lopez, Anthony Freeman, Jay Hicks, Ben Siegert, Dave Yonan. And we didn't get a return call from the Cardinals, and we didn't have time to get their coaching staff. So not much we can do about it. So a fresh set of downs for West Valley trying to regain the lead. They took a 6-0 lead with a minute 54 left to go in that first. And on first down, they pick up a successful play. They'll pick up about 4 on that one. They'll bring up second down with the ball resting right at the 11-yard line of the Lions. Crowd not making really any noise to speak of right now. West Valley on the other side probably making a little bit more noise. We just can't hear them. Hand off to Dillon, and he is going straight ahead, and he has found the promised land to give West Valley a 6-point lead again. If we can get this scoreboard to work, we'll be in business. Well, that's a great job by that offensive front line. I mean, they opened up a huge hole. That A-gap just opened up big time. A-gap right, I believe. And so Darion Dillon is into the end zone. So he rushes from 11 yards out. And they'll go for the 1-point conversion, handoff, and that is going to be good. I'll tell you what, Dylan is just he is just so quick. He's not built like a running back, but he's just got that quick burst of speed. And just like that, it is 13-6 in favor of the West Valley Cardinals. The winner of this game will be taking on the winner of our other U11, and this is Division I. This is a Division I U11 game between Santan and the Eastside Canes. We had those guys on the air, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So here in the second, well, each possession has been a result of a score. Okay, Cardinals kicking it off. That's Sevilla, and it's going to be picked up back at the 15-yard line. And this is Wickel. And, man, did he feel the thunder on that one. Thomas Sevilla came in and laid down the thunder. So Ryan Wickel, a nice return. Are they marking him at the 43-yard line? So $27-yard return. And the tackle made by Thomas Sevilla. We've got 5 minutes and 9 seconds left here in quarter number 2. And there was a penalty on that play. So that is going to negate a 27-yard return. So now it is first down and 10 all the way back at their own 22-yard line. Second possession of the game for the Liberty Lions. 5:09 on the clock. Passing. One-on-one coverage near side. And that should have been a flag. The ball was intended, and both players are coming up slow. That was intended for Colt Lopez. And Mateo Rodriguez, who has been in on a couple of plays, is down and writhing at midfield, and we'll take a timeout. Our game today brought to you by the Husband and Wife Law Team and Shields of Chandler, Arizona at the Chandler Mall.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this. But they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the Husband and Wife Law Team.
Call the Husband and Wife Law Team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
All right, a 13-6 lead here for the West Valley Cards, defending spring champions from a year ago. And now another pass play to the near side, and it came out. But there is a flag, or did he catch it? We were blocked from the 10, an outstanding diving play by Gary Bell. A flag came in immediately, and that might be a pass interference going against the defense. Coverage by James Harris, the cornerback. No, this is going to be against the offense. No, it's going against the defense. So it's a, I didn't, well, it's a 15-yard penalty. They bring the ball up to the 36-yard line. And a fresh set of downs here. Handoff. And the carry belongs to Dominic Parisi. Or Parise. Gain of 2 on the play. Second down coming up. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. Yonan, the quarterback, right-handed thrower out of the shotgun. He's flanked by the very speedy Ryan Wickel. Brown goes in motion out of the shotgun. Yonan will fire it. He's got a wide open receiver. And Joshua is going to be tracked down from behind by a very, very speedy Prince Salceda. But nonetheless, that's a big play right there. He made the catch at the 38 and then ran another 20 yards. They're going to mark him down right around the 19. $55 yards on that return, 3:39 left to go. Quick pass to Wickel, and he is going to be dropped on a great defensive play by Thomas Sevilla. After gaining just a yard on the play, Wickel tried to make something out of nothing, but with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the first half, the Cards lead it 13-6. So the Lions come to the line of scrimmage, looking to equalize just inside the Cardinals' red zone at the 19. Second down and 10. No gain on that last play. Yonan. And he races and throws into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. That was impressive by Yonan. 19 yards. This drive goes 79 yards, eating up a couple of minutes. It was a quick drive, and Josh Pabustan with the touchdown. And that's his second touchdown of the day. So that makes it 13-12, and now the kicking team is in again. They had the last one blocked. Center trying to redeem himself here, and the kick is up. It looks good. It is good. But a 19-yard pass play sets up a 2-point conversion. And for the first time in this state semifinal game with 2:42 left to go, the Lions lead the Cardinals 14-13. All right, welcome back here to our state semifinal game. This is the Arizona Youth Football League, a part of American Youth Football. Along with Roger Bemis, I'm Jeff Lowry. So glad you could join us here. The Liberty Lions got a 19-yard pass play from quarterback Yonan, and he hooked up with Pabustan. Rodriguez on the return here. And a great job of getting it up over midfield. Gets about 22 on that one. Brought down defensively by Jalen Freeman, number 17. I think Corbin Brown was in on that play too. Maybe there was about 3 guys in on the tackle. So that'll bring up a 1st down and 10. 3rd possession for West Valley. We've seen 4 possessions in the game, 2 by each team, and we've seen a score in each of them, touchdowns. So it's 14-13 Lions as they lead it here over the West Valley Cardinals. 102 degrees, our game time temperature here in West Phoenix. Having a little issue with the chain gang over there on the far side. The ball's resting right around it looks like the 47-yard line. Offensive line led by Big 88, Roman Moore for the Cardinals. Elijah Baldwin doing the quarterback honors. He's led his team down 2 drives. And the first one, 2 touchdowns. The first one was really incredible. It ate up 8 minutes and 6 seconds of clock. And here's Dylan going back to work. He had a touchdown in their last possession, but he's not getting very far on this one. Outstanding Liberty defense. The tackle was made by Dominic Parise. Not Parisi, it's Parise. Clock still ticking. We're under 2 minutes left to go here. No gain on that play. So that's the first time they've really shut down Darion Dillon. 2nd and 10. They're going to the air. Here's a long pass to the far side, and it's off the fingertips, incomplete. A very busy player in Mateo Rodriguez, both offensively and defensively so far in this game, and he was unable to haul it in. Throw was kind of thrown a little behind him or off the wrong shoulder. And so by the time he turned around, he probably had maybe one eye on the sideline. The pass goes incomplete. Well, we're going to get a water break here with 90 seconds left to go. And so we'll take a quick timeout. Our game today is being brought to you by the Husband and Wife Law Team. Wrongful death, serious injuries. Go to the Husband and Wife Law Team today. Shields, a proud sponsor of the Arizona Youth Football League, and they've got a spectacular store located right outside of the Chandler Mall here in Chandler, Arizona. If you haven't seen it, hey, take an afternoon. It's a lot of fun, lots of games. They even have a Ferris wheel in there, and they have, if they don't have it, they don't make it. So 1:36 left to play here. West Valley now facing a 3rd down and 10 after that drop pass, but that was a beautiful throw by Baldwin. But he did kind of maybe threw it slightly behind him a little bit, but that's a ball you got to catch. All right, Dillon is the lone setback. Baldwin back to the air, and he throws, and it is, well, two players went up and caught it at the same time, and who are they going to give the ball to? And they're going to say that was a catch, a spectacular play by Salceda. Usually it will go to the offensive player when it's a 50-50 ball like that. And to be honest, Salceda, he had it, but then I think obviously the defensive player had to. He got in there late, Kyan Jones. Well, now there's a penalty back at the line of scrimmage, so I think they could have blown the whistle a little sooner on that one. You know, you get that little triple whistle when there's a penalty, and we didn't hear it that time. So 14-13, Liberty leads it. Now it's 3rd and 20. Ball now back inside West Valley territory at their own 48-yard line. And the carry goes to Sevilla. He's going to be brought down by Bell and Mason Stiles. And he got enough for the first down. Timeout West Valley with 1:19 left to play here in the first half. That's their second timeout of this first half of the state semifinals. Brought to you by the Arizona Youth Football League and powered by the husband and wife law team and Shields Sporting Goods at the Chandler Mall in Chandler, Arizona. All right, we're ready to resume action here. First down and 10 after that very impressive run by Thomas Sevilla. Now Dillon going back to work, bounces to the outside, still on his feet. He's got another first down, and he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 19-yard pickup for Darion Dillon, who is already pleading his case for a game player of the game with the runs that he has had, and he's also got a touchdown to boot. 1 minute left to play here in the first half. West Valley would love to eat up the rest of that clock, and this is a pretty good timeout here, I think, for Coach Josh on the other side for the Liberty Lions. You know, you want to make a stop here and take that 1-point lead into the locker room at halftime. So we got another timeout, and I believe that is the first for the Liberty Lions, the number 1 seed at 10-0 coming in. Alongside Roger Bamus, I'm Jeff Lowry. Welcome to apmvideo.com. So after the timeout, Lions head back out on the field on defense. West Valley. Been a nice little drive that started back at the 45-yard line of the Liberty Lions, who are in the dark tops and the white pants. Baldwin, three-step drop, and he's in trouble, and then down he goes. What a job that time by that was Jeremiah on the sack, Duncan. And now Dillon, he was caught in the backfield, racing to the left side, and he dives for the end zone. He got the pylon and the score. And just like that, the Cardinals have regained the lead at 19-14. Let's look at it again on our Shields replay. So we got an injury timeout. That comes at the 42nd mark here in the quarter, and let's watch it again. 14-yard run, the second rushing touchdown. Comes with 40.9 seconds left to play here. So we've had a couple of lead changes here in this second quarter. And it is now, 19-14. More to kick out of the hold of James Harris. Snap is down. The kick is kicked right into the front wall. And we look at the touchdown one more time. Cardinals lead it 19-14. Darion Dillon, his second rushing touchdown of the game. Well, if you're wondering who gets the ball in the second half, it will be Liberty. And with 40 seconds, and if it's a short kick and they could get good field position, maybe up here near midfield, they got a chance to regain the lead. 40 seconds and a couple of timeouts. And it is a onside kick, and it's fielded right at the midfield stripe. So a nice recovery there by Caden Lesser. You know, you just never know if that ball's going to take a big high bounce. And so Lesser really showed some good hands there. And that's a big possession. So you got 39, almost 40 seconds and 2 timeouts as Theo Yonan, the quarterback, heads back to the playing field with the play, and might see the Liberty going to the aerial attack. .4 seconds left to play here in the first half. Wickel is the lone setback out of the shotgun. And he's going back to pass. He's looking. He's got a wide open man at the 33. He puts the moves on, and bye-bye, baby. Mason Styles into the end zone. He was wide open, made the catch at the 33. And it goes 51 yards for the touchdown. And he really broke some ankles with Prince Salceda. I know that's a lacrosse term, but now kicking is center. He made it last time. Still 28 seconds left to go. And the kick is an end-over-end kick, and it hit the upright. No good. But we'll take a break here. The Lions have regained the lead. Our third lead change here in the second quarter. And it all started on this big play from Styles, from his quarterback, Theo Yonan. So a 51-yard touchdown pass from Theo Yonan to Styles has given Liberty their second lead of the contest. And they are now up by a score of 20-19, our third lead change here in the second quarter. Center to kick. And a pooch kick that'll be fielded by the return man, and he is annihilated by Battaglia with lightning-like swiftness. Mateo Rodriguez had no chance and virtually no return on the play. So they're going to start at their own 45. Well, that's pretty good starting field position. With Roger Bamus, Jeff Lowry, first half action of this state semifinal game. You're watching the Arizona Youth Football League, a proud member of the American Youth Football, AYF. The running back is Thomas Sevilla. The quarterback, still Baldwin. Carry, nope, this is Baldwin calling his own number and gang tackled after a gain of about 5. 33 in there, Kyan Jones. And that's going to take us to halftime here. What a first half. We knew this was going to be a tough battle for both these teams. And actually, we're going to get a timeout. So well, the Lions had 2 of them, so we're not quite at halftime yet. 5 seconds on the clock here. Well, it started out a pass for West Valley from Baldwin to David Tupu. 6-yard pass play on an 8-minute-plus drive. That made it 6-0 with 1:54 left to go in the first quarter. And then we saw a lot of scoring in the second quarter. The Lions tied it up. Papastone 1-yard touchdown run on a handoff by Wickel. He had already ran for about 2 or 3 yards, and he handed it off to number 5, and he raced in for the game-tying score at 6-6. 2 touchdowns by Dillon for the Cardinals. Another Joshua touchdown, the 19-yard reception, and then our big play of the first half, the 51-yard pass play, Theo Yonan for Liberty, 51 yards to Styles, and that gave them the lead. So it was 6-6. Then West Valley went up 13-6. Then it was 14-13 in favor of the Lions. And they're going to come out throwing the ball. This is a dangerous play. And there is the quarterback sack. Brought down by Brennan Lopez, and that will conclude the first half of play. Or will it? Okay. I don't know why the clock stopped. So we go to halftime. Outstanding play on defense to end the first half by Lopez. And we go into the locker room. It's 20-19 Lions. This is apmvideo.com.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this. But they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
All right, back here from Maryvale High School, we're getting set for the second half of this state semifinal game with the undefeated Liberty Lions leading it by a score of 20-19 over kind of a rivalry now with the West Valley Cardinals. Back to receive is Ryan Wickel to the near side, and Gary Bell on the far side. And still doing the kicking honors is going to be Ronald Sevilla. And he boots this one away, and it's going to be returned by Bell near the 15-yard line, races up to the 25, the 30, and that's where he's going to be tripped up. Outstanding special teams tackle by Juan Ramos. So about a 15-yard return for Gary Bell. And it's going to bring up a first down and 10 here for the Liberty Lions. Actually give him 16 yards on the return. First down and 10, 8 seconds into the second half. The winner of this game will play either Santan or Eastside Canes. And the handoff goes straight up the middle. Not much going on there. And it looks like Sammy Sabalos and Thomas Sevilla were in on the tackle. Wrapped him up after a 2-yard pickup, brings up second down and 8, 9:25 on the clock here, third period action. Again, the winner of this semifinal game goes to state, and they'll play Santan or the Canes of East Side. Yonan, the quarterback, and he'll rifle it to the flats on the far side, and this is a nice run. More than enough for the first down. You got a flag late coming in. And a nice catch there by Josh, who's at 2 touchdown receptions here today. This penalty, I believe, is going against the Cardinals. Still trying to figure out where they marked him out of bounds. That ended up being about an 18-yard pickup, with most of the yards, really all the yards after the catch. And now add 10 more yards to it. That's going to send the Lions all the way down to the Cardinal 32-yard line. They're working from the far hash marks. 9 minutes left to go here in the third. From the Cardinal 32-yard line. One man in motion. Wickel gets the snap, or takes the handoff, busts it to the outside, slipped one tackle near the 30, and makes his way as he dives to the 25-yard line. So that's a 7-yard pickup for the very speedy Ryan Wickel. So I'll bring up a second down and 3. 8 minutes and 20 seconds on the third quarter clock here in the state semifinals. Our game powered by the husband and wife law team. Serious injuries, wrongful death. On a very, very warm day here in the Valley of the Sun. Second down and 3. Thought about passing. Now he does. Gets it over to the far side of the field, and that's going to be good for the first down. They needed 3. They got closer to 9 or 10. And the catch was made by Corbin Brown. .102. There's an extreme heat advisory for the Valley of the Sun. Leading the charge up front, big center Anderson Guerrero. First down and 10 to the 15. That was a 10-yard pickup. Wickel slicing and dicing his way through the secondary. The tackle brought down by Prince Salceda. That's a gain of 4. Is there a coach on earth that wouldn't take 4 yards every down? Second down and 6 after a gain of 4. Ball at the 13-yard line of the West Valley Cardinals. Brown in motion, and we're going to get a false start. I think that's going against the wide receiver, Corbin Brown. So that'll move them back 5. That moves them back to about the 17-yard line, and it's now second down and 11, and the pass over the middle, and that ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. And the biggest lead by either team now belongs to the Liberty Lions. So Stiles with his second receiving touchdown of the game from 17 yards out. He's approaching 80 yards through the air, 80 receiving yards. 26-19. This 7-point lead is the largest lead either team has enjoyed so far. 6:26. Center, end over end kick, and he nailed it. Good job by Hudson Center. And that extends the lead to 28-19. So Center with his second 2-point conversion. And this is the largest lead either team has had this afternoon from Maryvale. So the Lions have had 2 touchdowns by Pabustan and 2 by Stiles. 2 passing touchdowns for Yonan Theo, the starting quarterback. Darion Dillon has 2 touchdowns for West Valley, and the opening touchdown, or a 6-yard reception from David Tupu. And it's 28-19 in favor of the Cardinals. Short kick and a great defensive play on special teams by Corbin Brown. David Tupu, who had a touchdown to start the game and giving the West Valley Cardinals an early 6-0 lead, returned that one a couple of yards. And they will start from the 50-yard line, first down and 10, coming up here for West Valley, who now trail by 9 in the biggest lead of the game for the Lions and the biggest game lead of the game for either team. First down and 10 for West Valley. Baldwin under center. Sevilla in the backfield, and here is Dillon going to work, and he's found some daylight. Near side, putting on the moves, still on his feet, still in bounds, and he's finally brought down near the 5. A 45-yard run as he's brought down defensively, finally, by Jeremiah Duncan. Dillon is probably now, I would say, he's over 100 yards rushing. They're actually going to mark him out of bounds near the 8-yard line, so that was a 43-yard run for Darian Dillon. 6:08 left to go here in the third period. And let's see if West Valley can punch it in. And the Lions jumped off sides, but were they drawn off? And it's going against the offense. Leading the charge up front is Isaac Palma, number 90 for the West Valley Cardinals. One of the best offensive lines we've seen this year at the 11U level. We're in Division I of the 11 and under play. Rodriguez lines up as a wide receiver. They haven't thrown the ball a whole lot. Baldwin under center. Dillon again on the end around, and he is inside the 5. Yep, Dominic Parise. Saw Freeman in there too. I don't know if he had a part of the tackle, but not a bad job there on the defense. It is now second down. He picked up, he went into the 10, and inside the 10, back to right around the 8-yard line. Second and goal for West Valley. They're down by 9. Play action. Baldwin looking, throwing, and that ball's going to be caught for the touchdown. And David Tupu with his second touchdown of the day. Another penalty on sportsmanlike conduct against the Cardinals. And it looked like it might have went against David Tupu, and then he got down on his hands and knees and started pounding the ground. He's lucky they didn't throw a second flag at him. And that's going to negate the touchdown. That's a little unusual. Boy, I'll tell you, that was a complete disaster. Ends up being like a 25-yard penalty. They're all the way back at the 33. And Baldwin is going to sneakily give it to his running back, Thomas Sevilla, and he's down to the 26. Brought down there by Freeman. There you got Ronald Sevilla, number 12, big number 12, doing the kicking. Thomas Sevilla, number 9, the talented running back. And we've got a West Valley player down. He's obviously in a lot of pain, so we've got a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by the Husband and Wife Law Team. So Thomas Sevilla coming off the field, the injured player. He's going to be all right. I think you saw, we tried to get a close-up of him. Third quarter action, 4:24 on the clock. Baldwin to the air, and he throws, and he tries to hit Tupu, and it's incomplete. I tell you what, number 88, Corbin Brown, is having a nice game. I think he broke that up. Actually had a possible chance of intercepting that ball. So now it's 4th and goal from the 26-yard line. This is a big possession, but it's not do or die, even if they don't convert. Baldwin on play action. In trouble. And he is going down. And that could have been intentional grounding. And what a fine defensive play. The second quarterback sack of the day for Brendan Lopez. I really think that was intentional grounding, but in the defense of Elijah Baldwin, the throw was very close to an intended receiver, and that's why they didn't throw the flag. So a good job by the officials. NFL, he would have been in the grasp. If that was Tom Brady, he would have been in the grasp. First down and 10. Now a chance for the Lions to open things up, and they go to the ground attack. Wickel over the right side and gains about 5. When you can control the late stages of a game or late third through the fourth period with a ground attack that works, and you got gold. Gain of 5, second down and 5. And again, they work out of the shotgun with Yonan. Wickel off to his right. He'll give to Wickel. He finds a big seam, big hole, left side, off to the races. There he goes. And he is going to go 74 yards. He's found the promised land. And Liberty just put one nail in the coffin with that run. What a job by this offensive front line. Osborne, Lesser, Guerrero, Morehouse, and Hassey opening up a huge hole for the speedy Ryan Wickel. That makes it 34-19 with 3:19 left to go. That is the biggest play from scrimmage so far. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the third. And you get the sense that maybe the Cardinals' defense a little tired. I mean, that was a massive hole. Center out of the hold of Mason Stiles, and his kick is going to be blocked. That's the second block for David Tupu, who has one touchdown here today. And you get to see that. I don't know if it was a low kick or 20 was in there. 20 got in there. David Tupu. It is so hot out here. It's 102 degrees. They're supposed to get up to 103, which we might be there now. And the Lions enjoying their largest lead of 15 points with 3:15 left to go here in quarter number 3. Our next game coming up, if you guys are interested in watching, we got the Pumas. And here's a short pooch kick, and it goes to number 20 again, and he's going to be dropped. Fine special teams tackle Corbin Brown. So Corbin Brown making the stop. Again, good starting field position right at midfield. Actually, they're going to start West Valley, that is, at their own 49-yard line. OTB Cobras are coming up next, and they'll be taking on the Maricopa Pumas. That's a 11U Division II game. And we'll have all of the exciting play-by-play action if they give us enough time between games right here on apmvideo.com. We can put the entirety of this game up there. It'll probably be later tonight or tomorrow. So it's first down and 10 here from their own 49-yard line. Baldwin and a reverse. And Salceda to the outside, and then he got tripped up. And he's going to go down. That was a lot of running for a small amount of yards, but he does pick up 5. It's a successful play. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage, and then actually you have to give the tackle to Ryan Wickel because he tripped over his feet. He was the first one to touch him. And this is going to be a water break. So we're going to take a timeout here. No, actually, this is an injury timeout. And Prince Salceda, this might be dehydration. Who knows? Because he walked back to the line of scrimmage. We'll take a quick timeout.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see.
Welcome back to Maryvale High School and our state semifinal game in the 11U Division I level. And it was a back-and-forth game. We had 3 lead changes in that first half. And the handoff goes to Sevilla straight ahead. One of the leading tacklers in this game has been 44, Jeremiah Duncan. Jalen Freeman has been very active, number 17 for the Lions. And they get the first down. So a good job by West Valley. But they're going to need a defensive stop here. We're under 2 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. The setback is Thomas Sevilla. He gets the call, he runs left, and he's going to pick up a good strong 5. Brought down Jalen Freeman again. And he's had about a half a dozen tackles in this game. Number 17 for the Liberty Lions. 1:32 on the clock. Second down, actually only picked up about 3. Second down and 7. 109, Baldwin to the air, and he throws, and it's going to be caught. Good job by Rodriguez coming back for the ball and making the catch. And that was in triple coverage, so a great job there. And Rodriguez from Baldwin, and they are in business. So they mark him out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. First down and 10, under a minute left to go here in the first. Here in the third period, 40 seconds on the clock. Baldwin hands off, Dillon back in there. And he is churning the legs, and he is getting yards. He's still on his feet and finally brought down after almost picking up a first down. Let's give him 9 on the play. It's 2nd and 1. And that should take us to the end of the third period. We're down to 10 seconds. They're going to try to get a play off. They don't really need to rush things. And they got it off, and I don't think they got the first down. That's going to be close, and that's going to be the end of the third period. So we go to the fourth. It's a 15-point lead for the Liberty Lions. All right, so we go to the fourth quarter here, and a 15-point lead for Liberty. The winner of this game heads to the state finals to take on either Santan or the Eastside Canes. Here's Dillon, left side, and he's got the end zone touchdown. He scores from 8 yards out as defenders were bouncing off. And, you know, I think you're going to see both these defenses playing in 103-degree temperature, really struggling here in this fourth quarter. It's very hot, 103, and Dillon looks like he's got fresh legs, and he got in there literally unscathed. Now the extra point. West Valley now down by 9, and they really, well, I don't know. The kick is up, and it is good. That was clutch. Outstanding job by Ronald Sevilla. So with 9 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in regulation time, yeah, this game's not over yet. And we knew this was going to be a tough game. These two teams, they met in the championship in spring of 25, and West Valley won that championship. They faced each other earlier, just a couple of weeks ago, in fact, week 7, and Liberty came back from an 18-0 deficit halfway through the third period and came back and won the game. So we've got virtually the entire fourth quarter still to go. 9:55 on the clock. Ronald Sevilla. Back deep is Wickel and Bell. And this one is going to be picked up by Wickel near the 30-yard line. He races to the 40, and that's about all he got. About a 12-yard return for the speedy Wickel. So this drive is going to start right around the 42-yard line. It's been one of the best games I think we've had in terms of, back and forth. And you kind of felt like the Cardinals were kind of losing the touch here when they got down by 15, but they come right back. They had a nice sustained drive, 51 yards, ate up a little bit of clock, 3 minutes plus. Now first down and 10. And Wickel gets the call here, and he's across the 45, still on his feet. He's trying to pick up that first down. And he has been such a big part of the success of this offense here today. He gets 9 on the play, actually 9.5. And that's how much time is on the clock. And now they're going to give him the first down. So they move the ball to the 48, Cardinal territory. Well, the offenses have done such a great job. Every possession has led to a score in this game. Out of the shotgun, Yonan. And here's Wickel straight ahead, and another big hole on that right side. What a job by Morehouse and Hasse plowing the field and opening up the big gap. Dillon and Baldwin wrapped him up. A late flag came in. I think this might be face mask. This might be a face mask against West Valley. Personal foul, and that's a horse collar. It's usually one or the other. So a 15-yard run and then add 15 more. That's a 30-yard play. And that will get them down to the 18-yard line with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in regulation time, with the Lions leading at 34-27. A score here by the Lions, a touchdown here probably puts this game out of reach, even with 8.5 minutes left to go. They may go right back to Wickel just to kill some time, and they do. And he's going to try to make something out of nothing. He slipped 3 tackles and got at least 3 on that play. I'll tell you, this young man may end up being a track star. Well, I thought maybe he picked up a couple of yards on that play, but they're saying no. He got it back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 2nd down and 10. Just under 8 minutes left to play here in quarter number 4. Sometimes when you run 10, 15 yards and only go 0 or 1 yard, it just seems like you should get a couple. That is a pass to the near side. Colt Lopez makes the catch, and he is down to the 10 and close to another first down. Pickup of 8. And James Harris with 7.5 on the clock. $7:10 on the clock. Well, I don't know about that spot. That looked like he was down around the 10, and they said, no, he's back at the 13 or the 12, so it doesn't matter. They just got a 5-yard penalty against the Cardinal defense and moved the chains again. It's a first down, and now it's 1st and goal from right around the 8-yard line. 6:55 on the clock. They'll send Paboston to the far right, and Emmett Whitney is the slot receiver that side. And they look to Whitney, and he on a slant or a post pattern's got it. Touchdown Lions. That's an 8-yard touchdown pass, the 3rd of the day for Theo Yonan. And this time he finds Whitney. With 6.5 left to play here in the fourth. So it's now 40-27. If they can convert with center here on the 2-point conversion, this will tie their largest lead of the contest. Center. Now the hold of Stiles. Kick is going to be blocked for the third time, and all 3 times by David Tupou. Well, let's watch that touchdown again. Great pass by Theo Yonan from 8 yards out. And the Lions lead it by 13 here in the fourth. Our game is brought to you by the Husband and Wife Law Team and Shields at the Chandler Mall in Chandler, Arizona. 6.5 left to play. Six minutes and 35 seconds left to play here in regulation time. Pooch kick to the far side, picked up there by Rodriguez. He's had a busy day today in this 103-degree temperatures, and he's finally brought down on the far side. Still 6.5 minutes left to go here. We've got another game coming up, OTB Cobras and the Maricopa Pumas. That'll be the 4 p.m. game. And no, it won't be any cooler then. First down and 10. Must-scoring drive here. Dillon going to work. Still on his feet. Breaks to the near side. And he's going to pick up close to 14 yards and a first down. He has been almost unstoppable this afternoon. Well, he was shaken up just a little bit. So they're going to take a little water break here and let Dillon have a chance here to compose himself. He'll have to sit out a play. So he got down to the 36-yard line. We were blocked by the 10, so I didn't see who made the tackle, but he gets 14 yards on the play. 6-14. I'm kind of surprised that the officials haven't had more water breaks because of the heat. They've had an outstanding day from Stiles, 2 touchdowns. Abustan, Wickel, and Emmett Whitney. First down and 10. They're going to the air, and I think they kind of need to. Long pass play, incomplete. I think that was pretty good coverage over there. Gary Bell, 14, was defending on that play and got his hands in there. Second and 10. Quick run over the left side as they feature a young man who's carried the ball quite a few times in this game, Thomas Sevilla. And it's going to leave them in a third and manageable, third and about 6. But the clock is against the West Valley Cardinals right now at 5:40. Fourth quarter action. Well, this drive started at the 50-yard line. They get they're probably going to need somewhat of a quick score. But their defense, I think, looks a little tired, and they haven't made a stop all day. Dillon goes in motion. Toss pitch, running left. This is Sevilla, and down he goes on a great play right near the line of scrimmage by the defense. I'll tell you, when you talk about, and that was Battaglia in on the charge, when you talk about this triple digits, and what does that affect the most? And I think every coach would probably tell you that's going to affect, as we watch that play again. Yeah, that was Battaglia all the way. Solo tackle. The defense is the one that's going to get the most tired. 4:30 on the clock. It's fourth down, the game on the line. Here's the pass by Baldwin. He lofts it up high, and it's incomplete. Coverage by Corbin Brown on Prince Salceda, and things are looking awfully good for the Liberty Lions, who now are just a little over 4 minutes away from heading to a state championship game. Well, if you're one of the coaches over here on the near side for Liberty, and you got a chance to talk to your quarterback before he goes out there, you got to stress ball security. That's the top priority right now. They cannot afford a turnover. First down and 10. Wickel came back for it. A little slant route coming out of the backfield. He acted like he was going out in motion, and then he came back for the handoff and picks up 2. And if you can pick up a first down here, it's going to be awfully tough for the Cardinals to come back. We're under 4 minutes now, 3:58 on the clock. Clock still ticking down. It's 40-27. That's the handoff. Wickel. He eludes a tackle in the backfield, gets around the edge, and he got hit pretty hard. That's a nice run right there. And did he get the first? He is a little bit shy as he was knocked out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Officials have stopped the clock at 3 minutes and 20 seconds here in the fourth. With the running play going out of bounds. Out of bounds. Well, looks like the quarterback, Yonan, is going to go under center. And offsides, and that's going to be a first down No, they were drawn off. That was a costly penalty. Well, not so much for, well, now they're moving it forward. The official did say it was against the offense, but and a quick snap here, and the clock will resume. This might be because of the heat. We might have been off the air just a bit, so yeah. .238 on the clock. And they give it to Wickel, and going to be stopped cold that time. Boy, what a tremendous defensive play. Raul Escobar with a negative yardage tackle. And we're going to get a timeout here. We are at the 2:29 mark. We'll take a quick timeout. Our game today brought to you by the Husband and Wife Law Team and Shields. As play resumes, 2:29 is on the clock here in the fourth. Lions with the ball, working from their own 44-yard line, and a long pass by Theo downfield. It's juggled, and then it was caught. And he's off to the races. And what a catch. His third touchdown of the day, receiving Mason Styles. That was spectacular. And it's 46-27 Lions. Well, the concentration that it takes, he never gave up on it. And a tough break there. I think that was Baldwin on the coverage. So it's 46-27. A little more than 3 minutes on the clock, 2:19. That play only took 7 seconds. Nice job on the camera work on that one. And now the 2-point conversion center. So what was a close game for the most part of this, and the extra point is good, is now, I mean, this score here doesn't really indicate how close this game was. 2:19 left to play. And I mean, you got to give these kids a lot of credit. And I know when I was their age, the heat didn't bother me like it does when you get a little bit older. But it's still amazing that these guys are out there playing the game of football with all the equipment, and it's 103 degrees out there. And there's there is a little bit of a wind. But I don't think it helps a whole lot out there. It probably feels like you're standing behind an F-15 out at Luke. So Styles with 3 receiving touchdowns. I'll tell you, it'd be hard-pressed to find a player of the game in this one. I mean, a total team effort for the Lions. Short pooch kick goes right to Rodriguez again, and he gets about 4. Looked like that was Brendan Lopez first in on the tackle. So a little more than 2 minutes here. We'll see if West Valley, you know, they would love to get another score. You can make it 48-35. A little bit more respectable, but in the end, 10, 15 years from now, it won't matter. And it won't matter after the game. All right, the Cardinals back out on offense. Good starting field position from their own 43-yard line. Baldwin back under center. He's to the air. He's in trouble. And he breaks out of that. 3 men around him, and then he takes on a defender. Paris, I mean, he just said, hey, I'm going to hit somebody. That was a frustration hit, but, hey, that's part of the game. He has every right to do it. So he picks up about 4, second down, and a long 6 here. 1:45 left on this clock. No sense of urgency, but, I mean, at this point, the Cardinals are probably just wanting to get another score to make it look a little more respectable. But they have nothing to, you know, hold their heads down about. They played an outstanding game. I mean, this was tight. And the Lions just pulled away here in the 4th. A couple of unanswered scores as they run this one over the left side. Paris again on the tackle. Roger says that Brendan Lopez was also in on that tackle. Yeah, this Cardinals team, you can just tell by the way they break the huddle. And really the Lions haven't shown any signs of, you know, being tired. Handoff. And look at the tough defense right here. Bell. Petrucci. Bell was in there, and also 33, Kyan Jones. And this will be the last play. We got 12 seconds on the clock, and this should take us out of here. Inside handoff. And once again, Thomas Sevilla with the carry, and that is that. The Liberty Lions are heading to the 2026 Arizona Youth Football State Championship game next week. And they'll be taking on either Santan or the East Side Canes. So for Roger Bemis, this is Jeff Lowry saying so long from the home of the Panthers.